My name is Nikki, known here as the One-Handed Bandit, and welcome to my channel. I created this all green eye look, and if you'd like to see how I created this look, keep watching. Okay, so to get started, I'm using my Milk Hydro Grip Primer and just dotting that all over my face. And this primer is very sticky, so I'm just pushing it into my skin. Next, I'm using the Farsal Rose Gold Elixir. I had this for quite a while and it's just been sitting there, so I decided to use it because I want to do the Skin Tune Blur that Jackie Aina uses all the time. So I wanted to try that out, so I decided to try out the one that I already have. So to prime my eyes, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. It is a very bright white eye primer, but it blends in very nicely with my concealer, so it isn't as stark white. So just blending that out all over my lids. And for eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Colored Raine Vivid Pigments palette. This palette is no longer sold, but some of the pigments are sold on their website. So I'm just using this lighter green shade. It looks lighter in the pan than it is on my eyes, but I'm just blending it out all over. First I pack it and then I go in and blend the edges. So I'm going back in with the Anastasia primer as well, and I'm using it to carve out my crease. I'm only using that one color and just carving out my crease. And this is more of a what I purchased at Ulta video. I went into Ulta and I normally don't spend that much money in Ulta, but for some reason I bought quite a few products. Well, not that many, but there were two that were very high priced. So going back into the palette, I'm going to use this very deep dark green shade. I'm going to add it all over my lid, just packing it on as much as I can. Now I'm going to line my lids with this green glitter liner and just going to add that to the crease. It looks really easy how I'm doing it, but I was very scared and nervous. I didn't want the glitter to transfer or get all over everywhere. So I was very careful with this glitter liner. And next I'm going in with the Colored Raine Cheers to Beauty palette, and I'm just going to use this green shimmer shade and add it right on top of where I added the darker green shade, but only adding it onto the center of my lid. And now I'm lining my eyes with the BH Cosmetics liquid liner. And I don't know what was wrong with me today, but this liner was giving me the worst trouble to line my eyes today. And as you can see, I switched to another liner. This is an NYX liquid liner, and I think I went back with the BHC there. I went back with the BH Cosmetics liner, so I just could not get my liner right. I think I need to get a new liquid liner. So I've added the Koutored lashes in the style Klutch. And this is one of the products that I purchased at Ulta. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I am on the last bus to purchase this foundation, but I hear so much hype about it, so I decided to pick it up. I picked up the shade Almond, and I I don't know about the match. I don't know about the consistency of the foundation. I'm still wrapping my brain around it. It isn't full coverage. As you see, I went in with a second layer of the foundation, but that's typical. I do have a scar there, so I need to go in pretty heavy to cover that. So I also am using the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, and I'm using the shade Caramel. It's a nice highlight shade. I just did not like the way that, I mean, my under eyes were really dry. They were like crepe paper. They were creasing. I don't know if it was the concealer or my setting powder, but something didn't sit well with me with this foundation look today. And as you can see, I was looking very closely in my mirror. So I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, the one that I normally use with most of my concealers. I'm just setting it very lightly. And I also picked up this NYX California Beaming bronzer. Now this is the darkest shade, and as you can see, it looks light on the camera, but it is darker in person. And it is a nice shade for me to contour my nose, as you can see. But as far as contouring my face, I think I want to go a shade darker, because you can see a little bit of the redness, but it's not deep enough for me. It kind of reminds me of the Fenty Caramel Cutie. So to set the foundation, I'm using the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. And now that I've let my hair down and popped on some earrings, I'm going to just deepen up the contour with the Crayon Case Contour Notebook. And I'm using the shade Bobby and Bricky mixed together, just to add some color to my face, because for some reason I think I look a little ashy. So I'm using the green shade again on my bottom lash line. And I'm also using a Crayon Case brush. And for blush, I'm using the Juvia's Place Blush Palette Volume 1. And I'm just going to use that middle shade there. And this is another thing that I picked up at Ulta, the Cover FX High Performance Setting Powder, Setting Spray. And for highlighter, I'm using the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in Molten Gold. Just adding that all the places I like to highlight, and then going back into the Cheers to Beauty palette, I'm using the gold shade as an inner corner highlight, and I'm using a Kush Milk mascara. And I don't know, I think I'm going to take this mascara back because it just didn't do anything for me. For the price tag, it didn't do anything my drugstore mascara doesn't do for me. So I'm using my BFF4 by Colourpop to line my lips. And I picked up also this Morphe lipstick, and that is in the shade Whipped, and I like this shade. But that is it. That is the final look. I hope that you have enjoyed. Leave me some comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.